You? Why are you looking at me that way? I'm just an innocent assistant. You are an innocent assistant in the same way that I am a simple programmer, misinformation. Hello, and welcome to Dolphins Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Lou Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LouDolphin21 on Twitter, and on Twitch and YouTube it's Lou Dolphin with no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, and Aeon's End are currently available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and Spirit Island has been successfully crowdsourced and will be crowdfunded. I keep saying crowdsourced. I think that means something different. Crowdfunded and has been worked on, is being worked on, and will be worked on, and will be released hopefully soon. And you can get the games and more info at handelabra.com. Hello, Cat Dreaming. The cat is dreaming once more. Twice more, actually. But in any case, hello, and hello, Team Orchid. We're here with Sentinels Week playing the Challenge, which is this self-imposed kind of challenge run-through of the villains that I have been going through for the past several months. The four main rules, I believe. Number one is that we're playing, of course, the villains on challenge mode. Number two is that we're playing with 3 hero teams. Number three is that the leader must be the nemesis of the villain. And number 4 is that all decks must come from the corresponding expansion unless we're out of decks, like in the case of heroes. So in this case, Misinformation, The Scholar, and Final Wasteland must come together. Technically, Mini Expansion 2 or Mini Pack 2 is not really an expansion, but we'll just lump them together. Misinformation on challenge mode. So she is the Sloppy Saboteur. Whenever a clue card enters play, the top card of the villain deck is played. And I brought along a ragtag team. I mean, we're leading with Parse. We have the Scholar, and then I brought Legacy. And actually, I kind of screwed up slightly because I wanted this to be Grandpa Legacy. I made a small mistake before. I mean, when I started the stream, I noticed this. If you noticed that I went to the main menu briefly, I might just do that right now. I wanted Grandpa Legacy. So here we go. Let's go. Misinformation, Parse, Scholar, and Grandpa Legacy. And I might as well do this right. Challenge mode. There we go. You still don't know what you would call a good team for Misinformation. Also, Highlight. How are you doing? All right, here we are with the right team. And different background for Misinformation this time, but that's fine. Parse is starting with Between the Lines, 2 critical multipliers, and extrasensory awareness. And critical multiplier is at least nice because misinfo might cause cards to get discarded. It also can just destroy this, so I don't know if it's good or bad. But extrasensory awareness. Oh, this allows for significant deck manipulation. That is... Alright, we know what we're doing with Parse already. The Scholar has Fleshed Iron, Get Out of the Way, Keep Moving, and Transmutive Recovery. And Grandpa Legacy has Danger Sense, Flying Smash, Lead from the Front, and Thok. Alright, so with Misinformation with 3 heroes, it's actually slightly easier because all we need are 2 clues. And when the clue card enters play, the top card of the villain deck is played, so clues are foul, basically. She wants to make the game go along, but at the same time, most of the endurance heroes want to set up. Yes. Yes, indeed. Player with the most cards in play must destroy one of their cards unless we destroy 3 things. Insider Knowledge, Concealed Betrayal. There's 2 clues. And each player must either discard their hand or destroy all their cards. Destroy all your cards. Destroy all your cards. Destroy all your cards. Alright, that was an easy decision. Dolphin, that's for always streaming Sentinels. Hi, Liquid Asylum. How are you? I don't understand what your message is. I don't always stream Sentinels. But yes, thankfully we got exactly the right number of clues for her to flip. We got 2 clues, and we have the one that reduces damage to Misinformation and moves a diversion from the villain trash into play. We have one that destroys a hero ongoing or an equipment card and can be destroyed at the start of the villain turn if 3 cards are discarded. So actually we'll be able to get her flipped and all clues destroyed, which is nice. And this card is especially annoying. You can either leave it in play, and the diversion rule only applies to this side, yeah, and it's not going to last for much longer. We could just leave it in play and always have a sacrificial card, or we can get it out of the way, destroying 3 cards at once. I don't really like leaving this out, though. I don't like leaving out the non-target diversions ever, really. Like Explosion in the Lab. Each player with 3 or more cards in play must destroy one of the cards. That is significantly terrible, because that's going to keep destroying stuff. Is that it? There's only 2 non-target diversions. Well, the good news is there are no targets, so I don't need to deal damage right now. Southwest Sentinels. Yeah, damage reduction there and being able to redirect damage and stuff. All very nice. All right, so deck control, very important. Clue, clue, clue. All right, fantastic. What do you want to see come out? Well, damage reduction is... I mean, so whatever clue comes out is going to play another card. But if there's only one clue that gets played, and we could... I mean, we'll have Grandpa Legacy probably do this again, so we could change that. But this only provides a damage reduction, provided it's the only clue. If it's not the only clue, it's also going to move a diversion if we don't destroy it. Non-hero target with the lowest HP is immune to damage, and at the start of the middle turn, each hero target deals itself 2 psychic damage. Yep, that stinks. Put it next to the hero with the most cards in play. That hero and that hero's cards cannot affect or be affected by any hero or effect from another hero deck. I mean, other than the fact that they're all clues, I don't really think these are the awfulest clues. I don't think I want Misplaced Memo in any case. That's just going to make the environment target immune to damage, most likely. This will make it harder to hit misinformation, but doesn't otherwise do anything. This makes Grandpa Legacy less effective. If this goes on Grandpa Legacy, then it's the worst. If this goes on Parse, then we can't do double extra sensory awareness. If this goes on the Scholar, well, that's not the worst thing in the world. And we can control it based on number of cards in play. We can keep moving and Flush to Iron and guarantee that it will be the Scholar. I say guarantee. We'll have a choice in some fashion. I don't know. I'm kind of inclined for Insider Knowledge because we're not really actively hitting on misinformation just yet. We don't have very many damage means. We have one-shots that deal damage, and that's it. Oh, and a power that deals damage as well, but we're trying to keep her under control here. Oh, right, it's a discard. Okay, discard Misplaced Memo. Right, I keep thinking it's put one on top, one on bottom. That's not how it works. All right, discard that one. Put the other 2 on top of the deck in any order, and you may shuffle it. So I would probably just shuffle, right? If we're going to use Extrasensory Awareness again, might as well shuffle it. So let's not even make a decision here. Let's just do that and shuffle. All right. Logic. I was thinking this was like Visionaries. Where it's top, bottom, and trash. It's not. We're always discarding one, but we're not putting one on the bottom, and we can shuffle if it's bad. All right. What now? Well, I could keep moving and Flush to Iron and stuff, but I don't have cards. We also don't have HP need. But probably getting Flush to Iron is nice. When she flips, when a clue is destroyed, each hero deals itself 2 Sonic, so that will make him immune to his own damage. When he damages misinformation, that damage will also be negated, and this also deals hero targets to the lowest, which is not Scholar by any means. So Flush to Iron is tempting. But yeah, getting the cards might be better. Because putting out Flush to Iron means I'd have to discard discard 1, not 2, right? 1. I'd have to discard 1 next round to keep it, and I wouldn't have drawn 2, so I'm like losing 2 cards in that sense. Plus, we want him to take some damage that he could heal with a Mortal Form to Energy. So yeah. So welcome to Cat Dreaming Plays My Game. Welcome to Twitch Chat Plays Loot Dolphins game. I'm just kidding, of course. We have lead from the front. We can get next evolution. This only redirects villain damage, which she doesn't do that much. I think the only damage she does is on this card. And it's when when a hero damages Misinfo, she deals that damage. At the end of the villain turn, she deals damage. But I think most of the clues, or most of the cards that say damage is dealt, almost always says a hero deals themselves damage. I mean, obviously there's diversions that deal damage. There's that. I need to throw out an ongoing if I want to keep out extra sensory. You're right, I have to do something for that. Okay. Yeah, because Scholar didn't play one, and Threats of the President's gonna destroy something, and currently Parse has the most cards. All right, so Danger Sense. There you go. Welcome to Cat Dreaming Place. All right, let's do this. Gotta keep her in check. Clue, clue, clue. Well, that was even worse. And and now this is going to affect either Legacy or Parse. But this also increases damage. And, well, it's by villain targets, which means that she's going to deal 3 damage at the end of her turn and 2 damage in retaliation. I do have an advantage. I'm not streaming. It's cool. It's cool. I'm not making fun of you. I find it funny. I find it funny. I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. I don't really want isolated heroes, so I guess we're gonna go with. Oh, we're gonna discard. All right. Oh, and we're gonna get both of these. Oh, but we're gonna shuffle. We're gonna shuffle. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a clue in another card or just another card. How about that? That makes more sense. Yeah. So discard one of these clues that we don't want. What doesn't kill you, and then whatever, and then shuffle. 2 chances at trying to find a non-clue card, and we got 3 clues. All right, flip and destroy. Let's destroy Insider Knowledge. And then we can discard for Concealed Betrayal. Yeah, 3 cards. Each player may discard any number of cards if 3 cards are discarded. Okay. These are really good Parse cards. We skip for Scholar to draw more cards. Legacy's probably not going to be doing too much damage himself, but at the same time, none of these heroes are going to be big damage dealers for a while, so I don't know. And we probably need to consider like having cards to discard. So like one-shots are probably better since we have to keep out ongoings and stuff to destroy. So let's get rid of Flying Smash and Thok and Scholar. You can get rid of Get Out of the Way, I would say. It's a nice card. We're not set up for it yet, though. No clues in play. Hey, and it wasn't a clue. There we go. Everything worked out in the end. And Legacy will destroy Danger Sense. So now if Parse plays an ongoing, she'll have the most cards in play and we'll have to destroy something. Or we get rid of this altogether by destroying 3 non-character hero cards. That might be better. Also, Parse is the lowest. That's kind of bad. We probably want lead from the front so that we don't keep getting Nemesis damage to Parse from Misinformation. Because that's 3 damage each round. So what are we going to do? We can keep moving and Truth Seeker so that we get more cards for Scholar and get cards to destroy. If we lead from the front, we need some other destruction, no. Like, keep moving for whatever card, that doesn't matter. And then we could destroy Truth Seeker, so that's 2 cards. Parse could syntactic analysis and get 2 cards from anyone's deck. And if those are one-shots, or if those are ongoings or equipments, those are great. If they're not, that is bad. Or we could play Critical Multiplier and just destroy it, but that's kind of tragic. But I guess between Keep Moving and Truth Seeker and I guess if worst comes to worst, lead from the front, we'll have enough. So let's do syntactic analysis for the best chance. Who do we want most to get set up? I think we want to try to get Legacy's next evolution. We get ongoing. And, well, we can definitely play that one. We don't want to play this one because that's not going to last long enough to matter. And we could make it so we could hit misinformation with no retaliation, but we're not really worried about that. Should I take out the Envoy? That's 14 HP. It's only doing 2 and 2 damage, though. And it's to the hero with the highest, which is probably going to be Scholar, who could tank it. So I'm probably not worried about that one. So we'll leave that one out. We could just hit misinformation directly. But yeah, Scholar could just take it. So we don't need to play this. And makes more sense to draw than to discard. And now let's see what Misinfo has in store. Clue. Wow. How many freaking clues do you have in your deck? You have 4, 5, 6, plus the 3 on top. So that's 9 out of 18 cards. To refuel Legacy or Surge Parse. Well, we got Legacy Surged. Alright, I mean, if it's the only clue, it doesn't matter. We're gonna destroy this before this enters play, which is going to destroy 2 of those cards, 1 of those cards. Theoretically, we could make... Well, no, it's not going to be Scholar in any case. Discard. I mean, we're not going to do this anyway. Why do I keep thinking we're going to do this? We're going to shuffle. I'm just getting bad spins on the shuffler. 3 extrasensory awarenesses. All of them bad. All right, let's see. This card's going to get destroyed. So Solid to Liquid sounds like a great one to destroy. I don't use it that much. Let's hit Misinfo. Misinfo hits Scholar. Get another, keep moving. And a Flush to Iron. I would rather those be on my deck, but that's fine. Alright, now we can lead from the front, and now we can Extrasensory Awareness take 2. So remember, if you get 3 clues, we're shuffling. 1-shot, clue, 1-shot. This 1-shot plays another card anyway. This card is going to make discards happen, which is tragic. But let's discard the clue. We don't want Diversionary Tactics to go off. We kind of don't want clues to ever be played, and this can play a clue. So it has to be Missing Resources. And as much as that card sucks, I mean, all of her non-clue cards suck, let's face it. There's no good card for her to play. Let's just make her not play clues, though. That's the best we can do with this. Abominable Snowman. So here's damage. Let's keep Scholar higher for Diplomatic Envoy. Let's destroy 3 to get rid of this diversion, and then we can keep cards in play a little more easily. Solid to Liquid, Truth Seeker, and Superhuman Durability. Alright. Alright. Tactics is one of the worst cards for her to play. I mean, yeah, Diversionary Tactics, that one. I was thinking Sentinel Tactics. I was like, that's not the right tactics. All right. So there is a small chance that we could reveal Equipment Limited with Legacy. Which would only discard limiteds, which there's only 1. He has a bunch of 1-shots, though, and a bunch of ongoing limiteds, which the limited keyword only affects Surge of Strength, but ongoing affects everyone. And Scholar has a variety of ongoings and 1-shots. Ongoing has some words, but other than limited, they're not going to matter. Parse has... I don't think she has any limited cards, right? Nope, never mind. Snap Decision updated Intel, but... ongoings and limiteds, and 1-shot. So I think Legacy, for the very small chance that we get the Legacy ring, we get Fortitude. All right. Oh, there goes all the flesh to irons. And I put out lead from the front to redirect this damage, but it's going to legacy anyway. And that's cool. One hero makes a power now. There's not really one that makes sense. So skip. I mean, I guess I could use my base power. Let's save it for a rainy day. Let's reveal 3 cards. Alright, Diversionary Tactics discard, and then Diversionary Tactics on top, and shuffle. Okay, I don't have the card draw still. I had a card that drew cards. I mean, I have one-shots that draw cards. Maybe that'll be fine. I want that Flesh to Iron, and that's the last one of my deck, so it's gonna stay in play one way or another. Yeah, we've had pretty bad extrasensory awarenesses, haven't we? 3 clues, 3 clues, 3 clues. All right, Bolster Allies, perfect. That is, like, literally the best card we could have to make up for our discards here. Misinformation's being terrible. What a surprise. All right. Come on. We need something. We have a diversion. Good enough. It's something. So, yeah, these guys... Well, no, this is fine. That one's perfect. That's going after the diversion. That's exactly what I wanted. I don't know why that thing's happening. This is going after the hero with the lowest. This one's going after the hero with the highest. Legacy's hurting. That's not ideal. We don't have discard machines yet. This is nice damage. Let's go ahead and do that. We need to progress with the game anyway, and there's still 4 damage to Misinformation. Although, I seem to recall some YouTube comments saying if Parse would stop channel, if Lewd would stop channeling his inner Jeremy, he would be more successful in his games. So maybe I should stop dealing damage and eventually win some other way. Okay, clue diversion. Destroys one, increases damage. I kind of just don't want any damage increase. I previously said I'm fine with that. Now I don't want it. It can go away. But now we know there's a diversion on top, so I don't have to do anything else. Or there's not a clue on top, so I don't have to do anything else here. Right. What am I discarding here? This Proverbs and Axioms deal damage and use a power or regain hit points. And also draws cards. That's a really good card. This stops Misinformation from dealing damage. Allows us to more freely hit her. Card draw, of course. And one of the best Scholar cards. I probably want to do Mortal Form and then Proverbs, but if I'm doing that, I'm going to be discarding a bajillion cards. I really want a power that gets me cards, and I had one and I lost it. But Bring What You Need is good, and Truth Seeker is good, but we only have 3 of those in my deck. I'm not too likely to draw those unless I keep drawing. How many more mortals are in my deck? We have 2 more. I'm going to discard a mortal. Do I want cards more than I want to stop Misinformation from dealing damage? We can Motivational Charge this round. I discarded Mortal Form, but I can Motivational Charge and do a Jerk Legacy thing, and he'll regain 2 hit points, and everything will be hunky-dory. But I already discarded Proverbs. I could rewind, but... How much damage is she even doing? She's doing retaliation and she's doing damage to the lowest, which is legacy. So it's not really that vital to stop her from dealing damage. I'm going to draw more cards. I guess there's only one more card than skip, but Alchemical Redirection is good. And Grace Under Fire is okay. With 6 targets in play, it's only okay. But we can do this. So this is not going too bad just yet. As long as Legacy doesn't go too low, we'll still... Yeah, these guys are actually mostly hitting the villains right now. That's perfect. Yeah, that one's hurting Legacy, though. The start of your turn, you discard a card to play a card. That's good for critical multiplier. Let's do that. And then Snap Decision, or not Snap Decision, Extrasensory Awareness. Missing Resources number 2. We can get rid of the last Diversionary Tactics. Never mind, there's 2 more in your deck. Arrgh. Discard Clue. That's more important. Missing Resources on top. There's not really a good card for you to play anyway, so you could just play it. And we'll miss our resources again. I mean, really, that's either Explosion in the Lab or Missing Resources are your other plays that you can do, so that's fine. That's annoying, because we're eventually going to have a bunch of clues. I mean, we could do Diversionary Tactics so that... so that we reshuffle this. Misinformation, why do you not have any good cards? Alright, discard for this. Offensive Transmutation. Grace Under Fire, there are 8 non-hero target cards in play. I think this is a good time to do this. I can't fathom a reason not to do that. Inspiring Presence. This is going to make us hit ourselves for more. But I also can't fathom a reason why I wouldn't want to do that either. Unforgiving Wasteland. Is it gonna trigger? Oh, cat stuck in a tree is removed from the game. Yeah. All right, I think it's the same one as last time. Small chance of Legacy Ring. Do we have any more limiteds? We have Lead from the Front, but that's fine. We got Surge of Strength. There goes the ongoings. So my whole plan of critical multiplier is now gone, but I think that's mostly fine. Discard to play. I mean, it doesn't make sense to discard. I can't play both of my cards. Does it make sense to use a power here? I don't think so. Impossible Shot. Why do I keep thinking we're hitting ourselves? We're not destroying clues. We're not hitting ourselves. Should I just go gung-ho? This is gonna do 4 damage. Scholar can Grace Under Fire, oh, he's at max HP. Shoot, he can't do that thing. Grace Under Fire, however, is going to do slightly less than it did last round, except I think it's actually the same amount because we now have Inspiring Presence. That's gonna do 9, so we need to do 6 damage on Legacy's turn. He has no cards, fun fact. But we do have things here that could hit Misinformation at that point, because most certainly Misinformation will be lowest or something. Second lowest. She might be second lowest. And then Amphibious Chupacabra. Oh, we can remove Misinformation from the game if we did this right. Just have to be careful. Well, all right. So do that. Grace Under Fire. This. I thought I was gonna do 9 because I assumed that Scholar was a nemesis. He's not. And that's actually a tad unfortunate because she's not going to be second lowest then. I did not math this right at all. If I do Motivational Charge, that's going to do 3 damage, and that's going to bring her down to 4. Which this does 2. Which is less than 4. So was there a better... Like, that was obviously... Well, I could Proverbs and Axioms. I don't know if Legacy wants to deal himself damage, but Parse would be able to deal 4 damage herself. That put her down to 11. Motivational Charge would put her down to 8. This guy would put her down to 4. So literally the same outcome. I could still kill her on Parse's turn, but then I'd have to get through a card play. And, you know, she's totally going to... I don't know, we discarded the clue that did that. Well, there could still be a diversion. Actually, we know what's on top of the deck. Do you remember what's on top of the deck? We put a one-shot on top. We discarded a clue. I think it was Diversionary Tactics. I was going to play Diversionary Tactics. Let's see. So Proverbs is going to... Well... And this is also going to do 4 damage. Legacy hits himself down to 3. I mean, maybe that's actually even better, because then it'll be easier to get Misinformation to be second lowest, right? Hits himself for 4, brings him down to 3. He uses Jerk Legacy, Motivational Charge, puts him up to 5. Misinfo brings him down to 4. And we can actually control the degree of how much HP he has based on whether we got Jerk Legacy or not. So it's either 3 or 4. And then doing the same thing next round, we'll put him at 4, 5, or 6. We would want him... We probably would want him to be at 4, and we want Misinfo to be at 4 as well. So can that be done? We have much less control over Misinformation's health than we do Legacy's, but Legacy's doing 3 damage each time he does that, so that's 6 damage. And this does 4 damage, so that's 10. Puts Misinformation down to 5. But if Legacy's at 4, then we can make Misinformation will be the second lowest, so we could do 2 and 2 to her. That put her down to 1. This one probably would hit the old lady, we'll put her down to 1. Amphibious Chupacabra is then going to target Misinformation and will remove her from the game. There we go. That should work. So then Legacy deals self-damage. Jerk Legacies. Nope, not Jerk Legacy. We need him to be at 4, and the only way for that to happen is to not Jerk Legacy. If this math works, which I don't have much faith because I was off before, it might work. Oh, it's first time each hero? First time a hero. Okay. I get annoyed by that ambiguous phrasing. And I could have actually had Scholar do 1 point of damage if I had kept moving first and gotten the mortal form. That should be fine though. We'll have her at 5. I mean, we could have gotten it for the snowman to take her out, but this should work fine. how that happens. And then Legacy is removed from the game. It doesn't matter, but he's removed from the game. And Misinformation would have been removed from the game, but I guess we do this thing first. You don't too often see a hero removed from the game like this, because there's not really much of a reason to do so. But yeah, there we go. Challenge Misinformation has been done. Woohoo! And let's do that. Let's share the screenshot. And then Shift Tab. Doesn't it show up my screenshot here? View screenshots. This. I don't know why that looks off-centered there. We have defeated Challenge Misinformation. No. No difficulty at all. Winky. Upload. Upload. All right. So that finishes Mini Pack 2. Oh, and by the way, while I'm here, Lunar Sale. The Lunar New Year sale has just begun. Now through January 27th, you can snag all sorts of amazing deals on your fave Handelhalber Games titles. Get Aeon's End 25% off, One Deck Dungeon for $2. $2 for One Deck Dungeon. Really good price for that game. Discounts on Sentinels expansions and more. Yeah, round 1 extrasensory helped, although actually, I mean, other than the fact that we managed to shuffle her deck like 5 times, it didn't really help out that much. Who do we have left in challenge? We've been more or less going in, I'm not doing team. We're going in this order. So we've finished off Mini Pack 2. Next is Shattered Timelines. So, what are we gonna do here? Let's do Kismet. And there's also Trickster Kismet, which is also difficulty 3. Let's do Base Kismet, just because it's difficulty 2. Let's just work our way up the difficulties. Challenge Kismet. At the start of each hero's turn, if the talisman is in their play area, it deals that hero character card H fire damage. Not too extravagant of a challenge, but that's fine. And we need to bring these 2 heroes, and this is a Setback Nemesis, so we need to bring in Setback, but for a second, let's take a look over here. The Block versus Time Cataclysm, and I love Time Cataclysm. I also like trying to balance these environments so that we have equal numbers of representation, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, and Trickster Kismet technically doesn't have a challenge mode. Yeah, so we'll have to figure out what we're gonna do there. Someday she will have a challenge mode, but I'm not in control of what day that is. All right, so what would be the most thematic? As I say, thematic, but not actually thematic. The Dreamer is related to Visionary. It's Visionary's nemesis. I would call that a Time Cataclysm thing. And La Capitane loves traveling time. I mean, I guess Iron Legacy is actually more Time Cat. Kismet, yeah, would make more sense for... Or, the Block would make sense for Kismet. I'm just thinking, between the 5 fights, where should the second or third Block fight be? Well, we can worry about it later. Block for Kismet, and then we need Setback, and Setback needs to lead. And let's do base Setback versus base Kismet. Do we want to switch up these 2 heroes? I feel like this one's not as useful. It could be used on block things, but not on base Kismet. Reveal top card of a deck, or deal damage when stuff is destroyed, or play cards. And either play a card or move an equipment from your trash to your hand. This Omnitron works well with others. This one works well by himself. I mean, there can be some destruction in this game, right? Yeah, let's do Omnitron U. Let's bring in one variant, I guess. Alright, so challenge Kismet versus Setback, Chrono Ranger, and Omnitron U in the block. As if your day wasn't going poorly enough, you had the bad luck to run into me. Figures, right? No, everything's fine. We're in good shape. Everything is going well. You're going down. I know what I'm doing. Alright, so Setback has high-risk behavior, looking up, plucky break, whoops, sorry. Chrono Ranger has displaced armory, Jim's hat, and 2 sudden contracts. Oh boy! It's the wild card hand. You can bring anything you want. And Omnitron U has 2 ablative coatings, a disruptive flechettes, and a reset. So there's some ongoing destruction. There's also some ongoing destruction with some hero damage, or hero destruction. Displaced armory could also get us ongoing destruction. Setback with looking up and high-risk behavior in the starting hand. Like, high-risk behavior really synergizes well with looking up, in my opinion, because, you know, this increases damage by 1 for every 3 tokens, and looking up adds 3 tokens! So that's kind of nice. We might not be using too much risk in this game. Sorry, Pete Risk. So yeah, so reminder of how Kismet works. At the start of each hero's turn, if the talisman is in their play area, it deals that hero character card 3 fire, and that triggers on the flip side because that's, well, not necessarily on the flip side, but when the talisman is flipped. At the start of the villain turn, if the talisman is in front of a hero, Kismet flips. Otherwise, she deals each hero target 1 psychic damage. Whenever a hero target deals another hero target 4 or more damage, 1 Jinx card is destroyed. At the end of the villain turn, the top card of the villain deck is revealed. If it is a lucky card, it is put into play. If not, it is shuffled into the villain deck. So damage dealing and potentially extra lucky cards if she's lucky. And then flip side, at the start of the villain turn, if the talisman is in the villain play area, Kismet flips. If she did not flip this turn, she deals the talisman 2 irreducible psychic damage. And actually that's also what that means technically. Not if she didn't flip, it's if she did not flip this turn. So she doesn't do those things on the turn that she flips. At the end of the villain turn, Kismet regains 1 HP for each lucky card in play. Then Kismet deals the hero target with the highest HP X psychic damage, where X equals 9 minus the HP of the talisman. Cool. So the talisman, and there it is, and then cards, or self-damage, that can actually pause. 7 HP, increases damage dealt by Kismet by X, where X equals the number of Jinx cards in play. When you destroy it, it's actually indestructible, but when it goes to 0, it flips. Looks the same, except now it goes in front of the hero with the highest HP, gives that hero a power, reveal the top 3 cards of any one deck, put them back on top of that deck in any order. Which is deck manipulation and really good on Kismet. You can't discard one of the cards, but you can still manipulate her deck and know what's coming up, basically. Alright, so damage, damage, damage. Kismet Nemesis. Fortune Smile, which deals damage and plays another card. And then Unlucky Break, that deals destroys things that aren't in play and damages the talisman and a hero if it was in the... So basically it was a nothing card on this side. So that's that. So did someone say looking up? Damage? There are no Jinxes in play. I don't know if we really need to worry about this just yet. Obviously, we want to get rid of it once there's a Jinx in play. But this is also Nemesis damage +1. Or, well, the Nemesis +1, not both things. Alright, I have Jim's hat. I don't see why I shouldn't play Jim's hat. There's always debate as to whether you should displace armory for Jim's hat or for compounded bow. In this case, why not both? But would I rather do sudden contract for that +1? I think I want, yeah, by any means, is basically galvanize. So I think we want that. Like, that has already done more damage than displaced armory into the bow. Like that would have been 3 damage instead of 4. Yeah. Damage. But I shouldn't channel my inner Jeremy. I mean, that comment is from like 2 or 3 years ago. I shouldn't keep like being bitter about it. But the best part of this comment was that happened in the video where I won all the games. So clearly I didn't win them good enough by their standard. All right. I have ablative coatings. This power is going to involve playing another card, though. I have a reset. Reset is a cyclic card, but I don't really like playing it because I like doing this to get stuff back in my deck. However, with this version of Omnitron U, we can get equipments from the trash more easily. We want to save Disruptive Flechettes because there are ongoings and like many ongoings in this game. She primarily deals psychic damage, so ablative coating is not going to do that much for me. Yeah, that's all psychic except Violent Trickster's technically melee, but... And then these guys are all over the place. Fire, toxic, lightning, melee, projectile. I mean, there's melee, projectile, and toxic damage right there. So, Cat Dreaming says play the armor and then power to play the other armor. I'm going to say no. I'm not going to do what Cat Dreaming said. What I'm going to do is skip and then use my power to play an armor. Same outcome. Same thing. Non-agent with the second lowest. Oh, look, ablative coating did something. Nice. Okay, and then damage. It's fine, we can tank this. There's a Jinx, so we're going to need to start worrying about that. Increased damage dealt to that target by 1. Put that on Chrono, because Setback already is a nemesis. Each player discards a card. You. Karmic Retribution. I don't really like this card too much when I have high risk behavior, because this makes high risk behavior not do as much. Cat Dreaming is leaving. Wow, I just didn't do one thing that you said and now you leave. Oh look, Hunter and Hunted as well. We have all these cards that increase damage and are crazy. However, I probably want to not Hunter and Hunted. Displaced Armory and Sudden Contract are better, I would say. And Omnitron X can discard an equipment and get it back, so ablative coatings probably makes more sense there. Now we have a Jinx in play, so either we get rid of that Jinx or we destroy the Talisman, or we damage another hero for 4, which we could hit Chrono for 4, but that's kind of not useful. We can Disruptive Flechettes, which will destroy the Jinx and hit the Talisman. Do I want a high risk behavior, or is that risky? I want a high risk behavior. I'm sorry. I'm greedy. I'm channeling my inner Jeremy. But like 7 damage. We're talking about Karmic Retribution 7 damage. I'm just gonna do 7 damage myself. Alright, Sudden Contract, ultimate target, I'd say. So that Chrono can use a power on Kismet's turn. And I could also displace Armory to get a Temporal Grenade or a Neurotoxin Dart Thrower, but if I'm gonna go and channel my inner Jeremy, I'm going to really channel my inner Jeremy. I was going to destroy the Talisman, wasn't I? Oh well. I am so enamored by all the damage I'm doing to Kismet that I'm just going to kind of ignore everything else. Yeah, it is 2 ongoings. I mean, she's not doing that much, right? It's only a +1. I mean, granted, now we have this high-risk behavior, so it's going to be super damage to setback. Or I could just pretend that everything's fine. And keep moving as if there's not a problem. Let's get that equipment back. I don't want to reset and lose it. I want to have cards in hand. I want to keep platings in hand because I want to discard them. Talisman cannot deal damage. Well, that breaks the challenge rule now, doesn't it? But hey, look, I can use a power for 3, or for 6 damage even. Yeah, I'm being so Jeremy right now. Destroy all environment cards and then deal damage. So, alright, environment's gone. This is mega damage because of that and that. This is reduced. Alright. Add a token. Remove 2 tokens and deal damage. That's going to put him below 6, but he'll still have a +1 from that. Hey, 7 tokens. I can remove 7 of them and deal 7 damage. Yeah. Let's Plucky Break. Nice basic card. And I'm still dealing 5 damage. It would have been 8 with the Nemesis though, but this is still 7. Like, this probably doesn't even, like, this is just damage. Like, I don't have to think too hard. I'm just going to do the thing that makes damage happen. And this card doesn't matter because Compounded Bow is better. But I guess I'll put out a Temporal Grenade and then I can use it someday when I want to, if I need to. And do this. Like, if you can do overwhelming amounts of damage, you might as well do overwhelming amounts of damage, right? And we have Singularity. But that's not the good one. Let's reset. Singularity. Well, when I use this power and I play a card and then I use Singularity, whenever I destroy one of my cards, I will deal 2 fire damage twice. But that's increased by 1 by any means to Kismet, so that's going to be 3 and 3, which is 6. Twice, because I'll have 2 of those, that'll do 12. And then I'll deal each non-hero target 2 lightning damage, which is enough to take out Kismet. But I gotta do it on my play phase. And I could also disrupt the Flechettes, so that I can actually get rid of that Jinx. So remember we were talking about damage? The game's over. And that was Challenge Kismet, who never flipped, and therefore the challenge rule did nothing. All right, 2 down. We are not even an hour in, and we already beat 2 villains. That's exciting. All right, so let's turn that off, and then let's see. So Capitan, Dreamer, Iron, Legacy, Trickster, Kismet. Down on round 3. That was a fast game, yeah. All right. I'll leave it to the chat. Which one should I face next? Viewer's choice, which I haven't done in a long time. I feel like my viewer count has gone down since I first came as a streamer. Because I remember Viewer's Choice, where it was always like 5 to 6 people that were able to take part, and the only 2 chatters we've had were Team Orchid and Cat Dreaming. Cat Dreaming has GTG'd. It was just Team Orchid. And some lurkers for sure. And there's nothing wrong with lurking by any means. Capitan. And Capitan has to be with Time Cat. Capitan's nemesis is the Sentinels. Which actually, technically, there's 5 different versions of Sentinels. There's Sentinels. And then there's also the Void Guard. These are also nemesis. So, should I just stick with Sentinels in some capacity, or should we be fancy and bring in one of these? It has to be one or the other. It can't be both because we have to do a 3-hero team. We'll leave that to Team Orchid. Who do you want to see lead against Capitan? And while Orchid's thinking about that, I think Best of Times Chrono is probably really good here because we could put bounties on Capitan, target them on the crew. And I'm going to go with Omnitron X. Omni, you would also be good because Capitan destroys a bunch of stuff. And yeah, this is going to be challenge. So the other thing to consider, at the start of the game, cards are revealed from the top of the villain deck until H crew cards are revealed and put into play. Other revealed cards are shuffled back into the villain deck. Whenever La Capitan flips, the crew card with the highest HP in the villain trash is moved into play. So Idealist, mostly because of the dialogue. All right. Is the dialogue better with base or with Super Sentai? Base. All right, we'll do base. So we're leading with a Void Guard and not with Sentinels. This will be fun. So, challenge La Capitan versus Void Guard, Idealist, Chrono Ranger Best of Times, and Omnitron X in Time Cataclysm with the best theme. La Pequeña Sentinella. Wow. La Pequeña Sentinella. Have we met before? Do you remember who I am? Look out! It's Maria Elena Teresa Fafila blah 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 de Falcon, and she's being condescending. It's Maria Elena Teresa Fafila blah 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 de Falcon. All right, I will admit that's a really good line right there. All right, Idealist has giant floaty head, making things up, sound beating, and vivid thoughts. Best of Times Chrono has Dead or Alive, Displaced Armory, Eye on the Prize, and Terrible Tech Strike. And Omnitron X has Disruptive Flechettes, Gaussian Coil Blaster, Reset, and Temporal Shielding. All right. Let's see. La Parada de Ha Magnifica, True Shot, Siege Breaker, Le Piste. Alright, those aren't the worst crew to start with. Might as well bring a raiding party, though. Brings Mabel and Final Breath. And then the top card is a Plank. So Best of Times Chrono cannot use powers. Not sure what is the better one here. Psychic, Infernal, Radiant, and Sonic. These guys mostly are doing all sorts of damage. I think the game heard you. Yes, yes, they did. It did. She did. There's Psychic, there's Melee, there's Energy, there's Lightning. So basically everything can happen. Psychic can happen, but I would rather kind of have Melee. But I guess you're just all over the board with your damage. Probably the elemental one. Fire, Cold, Lightning, and Energy. Right? Yeah. That one's probably the better one. That said, I'm looking at the guy that does irreducible damage, so that doesn't help. This one is you regain a hit point at the start of your turn. You slightly have more HP regening means. Slightly. Alright, we have to deal with Mabel. And we have to deal with the ship. Mabel first, probably, because I don't like Mabel. Like, this also destroys stuff. I don't like destruction. This can deal half of her damage, but gives us a lack of a power. This is card draw, which doesn't necessarily help. Draw 3, discard 2, play any number of concepts, and play a fragment. That might be better. I can get a concept, and I can sound beating and get it under a concept in play. So let's do that. There's also Vivid Thoughts, but I wouldn't be able to play the concepts from my hand. We got Flying Stabby Knives. That's good. I have to discard 2 of these, so we're going to keep the 2 concepts. Sound Beating or Spark of Inspiration. That is really good damage. AoE. Dover's raiding with a party of 3! Woo! Dover raid! Welcome to the challenge, new peeps. It's been an hour. I guess I can restate the rules of challenge. Every villain must be played on challenge difficulty. Hero teams must be 3. The leader must be the nemesis of the villain, and all decks must come from the expansion that the villain belongs to, except if you lack heroes, because most expansions have 2 heroes. So we're playing Challenge Capitan, so she started with extra crew, and when she flips, the crew with the highest HP in the villain trash is moved into play. We have our 3 heroes. We have Chrono Ranger and Omnitron X that come from a Shattered Timelines expansion. The environment is Time Cataclysm, because that comes from the Shattered Timelines expansion. And our leader is Void Guard the Idealist, because that is in fact a nemesis of La Capitan. We're not playing with Sentinels, we're playing with Void Guard the Idealist, because she had some awesome opening dialogue against La Capitan. Maria Elena, blah, blah, blah. All right, so I feel like I'm going to be discarding these 2 Vivid Thoughts because I kind of want to keep these 2 fragments and my 2 concepts. So I'm going to lose those 2, and then I'm going to play my 2 concepts. Yeah, True Shot is going to keep trying to regain hit points. True Shot is super annoying, and I never really have a good means of dealing with her except for not playing hero cards. But with 3 heroes, this is only 2 HP, so it's not a big deal. She also only deals 2 damage, which is also not a big deal. But what is a big deal is Mabel. So we're going to take out Mabel. And Flying Stabby Knives will do 2 damage, which can hit Mabel. You're just immune to melee, you are not immune to projectiles, so Displaced Armory could take out Mabel. So we could do that. So Mabel and Magnifica. And there we go. Alright, so Displaced Armory for the hat. I don't know if that makes sense here, because we don't have card plays. We also don't have a power, but that's not going to do too much. I have an Eye on the Prize. I would kind of like to keep that for when I have damage boosts, if I can. Like, my equipments are mainly power equipments, except for Jim's hat, but Jim's hat can't sustain itself. Well, let's play it. I want the hat. I just want the hat, okay? Now, do I want Dead and Alive? Or Eye on the Prize? Or Terrible Check Strike? That would do 3 damage to the ship. This is another card that is great when you have damage boosters. But we really just want to get rid of the ship as fast as we can, I think. Let's just eye on the prize. That gets us just doing my job. That is a good card for Jim's hat. I don't want to play it just yet, though, I don't think. Because it's not going to benefit me immediately anyway. So let's Terrible Tech Strike. The name of the game is get rid of the ship. Okay. So Disruptive Flechettes is incredible, but there are ongoings we need to be especially wary of. So I don't want to play that. Oh yeah, this is also going to reveal the top card of a deck. Forgot about that. It's entirely random what's going to happen, but there will be something happening there. I don't know that I can survive or not be dealt enough damage for Gaussian Coil Blaster. This guy's also going to go off and deal damage based on the number of cards in play, and he's currently targeting Idealist or Omnitron. That's not good. Let's reset for the second time today, where I said I was not going to play a card that I try to hold on to, but technological advancement. Do I want to do that? So this could do, or this is doing energy. And I think I said that probably Elemental was better. We can reduce the energy. The fire can't be reduced, it's irreducible. This is projectile. She does projectile. You do toxic. Which all of those things are dealt with by the ablative coating. Whereas altogether now is lightning. And a hefty amount of lightning. Battleforged is energy. Chip is projectile. Captain's Orders is melee. Maria Elena's Revenge is psychic, but you don't really want that to go off anyway. Psychic. There's too many damage types. It's like the developer of the game realized that you would be in this situation and trying to figure out which coating to use or plating. I think I am going to use it. I need some defense. But I don't know which one. I don't know which one. Well, most of the projectile was highest HP, right? This is highest. This is highest. This is lowest. But this is highest. This is lowest. This is highest. I'm going to go with ablative coating because I feel like that is slightly more likely to do something. Okay, let's get Chrono set up. Neurotoxin Dart Thrower. I like it. I want it. Time Cat gives us Passing Tumbleweed, which is not going to last for too long. Although Final Breath is going to take it out and is going to play a card, right? Oh no, it's not that crew. It's Battleforged, but by the time Battleforged goes off, Passing Tumbleweed will be gone. This is energy. We are not reducing energy, so let's try to keep Omnitron highest. Villain Trash. Oh right, Motley Crew doesn't really work well when you shuffle your trash, so the ship actually came in handy. And then Plunder destroys, our setup. Because there are 4 crews. 4 plus 1 is 5. Our setup is gone. Alright. Well, there we go. Them's the breaks. So much for that ablative coating. And there's Chip. Just to, you know, rub salt in the wound. Plus she's gonna flip. At the end of your turn, either move a card from under a concept in play, there is none, or destroy a concept in play with no cards under it, there are none. Then he may draw a card or use a power. My power, draw a card, you may put a fragment from your hand under concepts in play. Or this power, play a fragment. I'm gonna do Strange Super Ego to play Spark of Inspiration, because that at least provides me with some degree of feeling that I'm slightly under control. Let's draw a card. There we go. We now have 3 cards in hand. Alright, all of my setup is gone, but hey, I can use powers now. Which is to not do too much. I lost my hat. I am sad. And this doesn't do anything. Alright, Dead or Alive on Capitan. And then target the ship with that. That's really the best I can do there. Reset. Gives me slip through time. Alright, I can do that. We'll slip through time. We'll reveal the top card of Omni's deck. We got Defensive Blast. Not really the best, because I only have 1 plating in hand. I could play a plating and discard a plating to deal damage to everyone, and it's really nice, but I don't have another plating in hand. I have 1 plating in hand, and I don't have a plating in play. But instead, I'm gonna Rocket Punch and then hit the ship, because it kind of doesn't matter, because you're going to have the ship regain 5 hit points, but you can at least hope. Ooh, Atlantean Throne Room. I like that card. This will give us some survivability. It will also give other people survivability. Heroes dealt damage this way cannot use powers. Chrono cannot use powers because he already used his power to select the ship, and we don't want him to do a thing. Raiding Party. Ugh. Battleforged. And Mabel. We gotta stop you from playing cards, because this is getting old. Slip through time can be safely destroyed. You're also going to destroy another card, though, because Mabel's back. I was gonna say I don't feel too strongly about this game, but we've had better comebacks than this. We can win. We can win. Defensive Blast isn't going to do anything with Atlantean Throne Room, and it's currently not doing anything anyway, so that's. Alright, remember when I said that I like Atlantean Throne Room? I need to deal damage, and I don't have many big instances of damage, which is annoying. We have another Making Things Up. We can get a concept in play. However, Strange Super Ego is not going to work too well for that. And Spark of Inspiration is not going to deal much damage. So let's make things up. That didn't really come in handy at all. Board now. I guess board now would be really nice, except I don't have any concepts. Let's get rid of Spark of Inspiration because I can't really use it. I can get a concept this way. However, I have to be careful because Strange Super Ego is most likely going to try to destroy it. Unless I don't use the power on that concept, because this is going to be putting this card under that concept. So, what concept would make the most sense? Karate Robot? That wasn't the card I wanted to play. Shoot. I want the one that searches my deck because Karate Robot's in my deck. I guess Board Now actually can be used, but not immediately so. Alright, Karate Robot. And I could play a Fragment, which would be placed under Karate Robot. Let's Hedgie Hogs. Let's play Hedgie Hogs. This is melee, so Mabel can't take it, but the ship can. There's an argument to be made that we need to hit Capitan to reduce her effect, which I guess I should consider. Let's hit her once. And then we can use Karate Robot. This will deal 3 and 3. We're still reduced by 2. I think this is better done on the ship. Even if Capitan will heal her, I think it still makes sense. Ultimate target. Isn't going to do too much for me, but it's another bounty. And I might be able to use Gaussian Coil Blaster and do 1 point of damage. Can I select not to reduce it? No? Okay, well. I tried. I want by any means. By any means would help. I want people to draw cards. I want to leave this out because I don't want the onslaught of damage to happen. Fixed point. Okay. What shenanigans can we do with fixed point? We can get potentially 2 platings into play. I think technically the piece had destroyed Gaussian Coil Blaster, but it's indestructible. For the top card of each hero deck under Capitan's character card and then deal damage. Well, Monster Vid was put underneath, was put there. That's not going to do anything. So now we can't actually hit her. I mean, we can't hit her. We can't remove cards from under her. So she's going to have this 9 under her. So villain targets are going to regain 9 hit points on her next turn. I don't like any of these cards. I mean, Plunder isn't doing anything, but I don't like the fact that she's playing cards. I still don't like the fact that she's playing cards. Why is she designed to play cards? There is way too much damage being dealt, and I can't do that much in retaliation. I can Karate Robot again. And unfortunately, cards can't be destroyed this way, so this is not going to do as much as I would like it to do. Could be worse. Spite could be out. Yes. You're playing Spite right now. Let's get a concept out. From my trash. Flying Stabby Knives. Sure. And we'll put you under Karate Robot. Flying Stabby will do 2 Psychic. This will do 1 and 1, so 2 is better than 1. I can't remove a card from underneath Capitan. I also can't do enough damage to the ship for it to really be worth it. I could hit Mabel with this. Let's try to get Mabel out somehow. I'm not sure how yet. And let's move that, I guess. Cards can be moved but can't be destroyed. Doesn't make sense to use a power. Power could be play a fragment. We have fragments. That's not going to do anything though. It will let her regain hit point. She's at 3. But does it really matter if she's at 3 or 4? I guess it does. Because if she survives the next round with 1, then this hit point actually did something. Okay. I am the prize because this has to be like, this is our punt round, really. I can actually hit the ship with this, though. All right. Compounded bow. Sada will do irreducible damage. But then I'll also undo all of these bounty effects. Well, we gotta do something. I kind of prefer this to be on Mabel, though. Yeah, let's do this on Mabel. And this is a grand total of 0. I have 2 platings. I also lost the card, and it doesn't matter because that card doesn't do anything for me. I think it's Disruptive Flechettes. That's really my only option here. But it doesn't matter because they're going to regain those hit points back. Unless I reveal a magic card. Okay, well. My Blade of Coding is back. Irreducible damage. Second highest HP? Well, that is definitely not a hero, let me tell you something. But yeah, they're all going back to max because of the 9 cards underneath her that we couldn't remove at all. Oh boy, who do you want to incap? Oh, never mind. Well, Omnitron has been more useful than Chrono. Also has a Blade of Coding. And no damage was dealt this way. And that's way too much damage. Mabel. And just because you like dealing in... Oh, wow. Oh, now that I played Disruptive Flechettes, now you play that card. Oh, boy. This decision doesn't actually matter because, oh, I guess it technically does. All right, 1 hero with 1 hit point remaining. He can destroy an ongoing. All right, there we go. Elena's Revenge is gone. At the start of a player's turn, they may discard a card to play a card or use a power. Neither of these decisions matter. All right, power. Reveal the top card of your deck. We'll get a magic card that says wipe the board. Destroy any number of components. No components in play. Deal 0 damage. All right. The Blade of Coding is the one I want, so let's focus Plasma Cannon and reveal the top card of my deck. Singularity. I can destroy 2 equipments and deal 1 damage to all non-hero targets. And no. 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 Hey, by incapping Idealist and Chrono Ranger, she only has 3 cards underneath her now. We reduced the number of cards under her, guys. And there goes Omnitron X. All right. So, that was hard. That was hard. Let's try that again. But with a different hero. The answer was not Idealist. Let's bring Dr. Medical Doctor. Let's put Omnitron X second, because otherwise I'm always going to do Chrono Omni. I feel like Best of Times is still good. We just didn't have good opportunities with him, and yeah, let's just stick with Omni X and Chrono Best of Times. And I want to do it in Time Cat because Kapitan lives in the Time Cataclysm, basically. See, my crew could always use a medico glowing one. First your defeat, then you shall join my crew. Great, now I have to sterilize the area. We don't want any bystanders picking up 17th century diseases. Wow. Wow. All right, Dr. Medico has Flare Up, Intensive Care, Positive Prognosis, and Regeneration. Omnitron X has Ablative Coating, 2 Disruptive Flechettes, and an Innervation Ray. Best of Times Chrono Ranger has Danny Boy, Dead or Alive, Hunter and Hunted, and Sudden Contract. Okay. Okay. Battle Forged. Siege Breaker. True Shot. Damage. Don't think this matters too much. Mabel, excellent. I wanted Mabel. I have more sentries to worry about. Or he has more sentries to worry about. Alright, can we deal with Mabel? The good news is we no longer have damage reduction, which I could have just destroyed, but... we get 1 damage from this, and it could be by any means did. That could be 1 or 2. This would be 2. This is 3. Getting rid of Mabel, I think, is necessary. Let's heal Chrono. Let's increase Chrono's next HP by 2. I don't want that ablative coating, but Mabel is a necessary threat, or is a more immediate threat. Yeah. Let's keep trying to get Chrono set up. No executions. This has to be played on a non-character card, and that should absolutely go on the ship. Arguably, I can put it, like, I could put it on True Shot. I could leave True Shot out, and we could just put Cruz into the deck. Does that make more sense than the trash when she has cards that pull Cruz from the deck? I mean, it doesn't really matter where they are, right? This one gets 1 crew, though. This one gets 2 crews. However, the 1 crew also plays a card. But there's only 2 of them, and once the ship is gone... Like, the ship absolutely needs to be in the deck, not in the trash. Well, I mean, I'm going to be using... I mean, I can't play Danny Boy and use it right away. Or I can, because we'll have a bounty. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. As silly as it is. We will put this on Kapitan, though. But now we have by any means, so now we can get a +1 to the ship. Excellent. Everything's going according to plan. Passing Tumbleweed. Hello. Battleforge will eat you and play a card. So that's bad. Mabel. Wow. Wow, Mabel came back. Well, I guess Mabel really just wants to be in play, doesn't she? I'm not happy with this. Also, yeah, that choice didn't matter at all. I am really not happy with this. All right, round 2, but this time with less damage. I don't know. Each player may draw a card. Let's do that because options. Oh boy. I'm kind of annoyed that Mabel came back out. That is just my luck today, though. I mean, I keep saying my luck today, but it's actually like the first time I said it first off. I keep saying, but I had really good first 2 games, so I shouldn't be that upset. But it's kind of annoying when I go to all this effort to get set up, and then Capitan's like, nope, my setup now. Also, yeah, not only did she destroy the cards, they're under her. All right. I can't really effectively deal with Mabel just this round at all. I'm just gonna get my ablative coating out, even though all my stuff's gonna get destroyed anyway. But I'm gonna get my ablative coating out and pretend like it's gonna stay in play. Alright, and I have a compounded bow. And I'm not afraid to use it. Mabel's gonna destroy something. That something's gonna go under Capitan. I don't really want to lose most of these cards. I'm gonna put a Hunter and Hunted as fodder. Then I'm going to hit Mabel. Because you're a terrible card. Actually, she's not that terrible, but like, if you can deal with Mabel in 1 turn, it's excellent. When you can't deal with Mabel in 1 turn, she plays extra cards, and really my main struggle is that she's getting 3 card plays each round, and I can't keep up with it. Like, now that's her play phase. And there's Maria Elena. And destroy Hunter and Hunted. She's gonna flip. That's fine. Alright, ablative coating has paid itself in spades. Okay. We're going to Disruptive Flechettes, that's for sure. We need to find a way to deal 2 damage to Mabel. Compounded Bow would do that. So I don't need to use Flare Up to take out Mabel. We could certainly try to like deal damage to the ship. I don't think we have that much damage to do that with, though. I could try to get set up. Universal Donor would try to keep us alive for a little bit. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. I don't know who has the... Oh, I guess the Lightning Bolt will tell me. Increase the next HP gain by Medico by 2. I selected Medico for some reason. Okay. Let's keep Omnitron slightly higher, although the Beast would go after him. We have to destroy the Beast, don't we? Don't we? All right, this card has to be played. Have to destroy that. Do not destroy Universal Donor. All right, and then let's just keep playing Chrono to get bounties. When that target enters play, or when a target leaves play, you may destroy a target with 4 or fewer. Okay. What can I do with that? I can destroy Tendrils of Madness. That's something. Definitely on Mabel. I would like to best of times with it, but I don't think it's going to really work. Bounties? Just keep putting bounties out because that will power up Danny Boy. And that goes on Capitan. Oh, I can't use Compounded Bow. Oh well. Fixed point. It's actually not terrible. Captain's orders. And walk the plank again. Chrono, I really want him to use powers. So we'll just hit Medico because we can heal someone with this. And Battleforged would have destroyed Tendrils, but well, it's indestructible. Okay. Well, we're healing up Omnitron X there. All right, this is a time for regeneration, I feel. Can I deal damage to Mabel again? I don't have the card. Well, let's reset. Let's see what we get. We get Rocket Punch. That would deal 3 damage to Mabel. That's almost certainly worth it. I could put another plating out. Let's do that. Let's do reset. I can get another plating out because of fixed point. That might actually be worth it, even though Mabel is gonna stay out. But I mean, like, the game is basically saying you're gonna have Mabel. Mabel's never going to go away. So let's get something. I mean, 3 damage to Mabel unless I can do more damage with Chrono, which we have Compounded Bow and 1-shot damage. So, like, 1-shot could get Mabel out, or not 1-shot. Chrono can get 1-shot out. I keep wanting to say 1-shot. Chrono can get Mabel out if I do damage with Omnitron X. But I think I need to take advantage of the fixed point situation. Let's Elemental Exochassis. And then let's reveal the top card of my deck. It's probably going to get destroyed, but I have 2 platings now. Okay. Hey, Migrant P, how are you doing? We're suffering through this match. It doesn't really make sense to do damage at this point if I can't actually take out Mabel. But we should still put out something for Mabel to eat, I guess. But Hunter and Hunted right now... Actually, Hunter and Hunted is exactly what I need to take out Mabel. And also exactly what I need to sacrifice Chrono. So... But we got rid of Mabel, which means that Mabel will come back next round because that's what happened last time. I can destroy Tendrils of Madness before Tendrils of Madness get destroyed. Oh boy, surprise shopping trip! Oh boy. Well, the good news is Omnitron X doesn't care about surprise shopping trips. The bad news is, what is the best of times, or not best of times, Hunter and Hunted? Increased damage dealt to him by Chrono Ranger. There is no way he's surviving this. All right, let's just heal Omnitron. Oh, Mabel! I told you, Mabel's coming back. Because that's only the third time that happened, where I destroyed Mabel and she came back. Well, she's also immune to melee because she's just that amazing. And that's only one now, I guess. That's 0 to you. That takes out one of your cards. I mean, really, this surprise shopping trip is actually pretty darn good. Even though Chrono's basically dead, and maybe also Medico, but still pretty good. Raiding party, which means, is this whenever a card enters play? Oh boy, she's just playing all the cards now. He just really wants the surprise shopping trip to destroy everything. Oh, but it didn't actually reveal anything because all the crew are already in play. Okay. Well, let's get rid of Hunter and Hunted. So that maybe there's a slight chance that maybe Chrono could survive. I could do some heals on Chrono, but I'm kind of resigned to Chrono's demise. Yeah, and then he's gone. Alright, we're destroying something. Regeneration's getting away anyway. Going away anyway. When I play a card, stuff happens. So Healing Pulse, sure. This is kind of a really fun surprise shopping trip, even though we had to sacrifice Chrono. But we can heal Medico. And then we can heal Medico and Omnitron X. And Mabel. Do you allow for a power? Yes, we can one-shot Mabel. Well, two-shot Mabel. So that we have something for Capitan to play next time. All right, Rocket Punch is my best damage dealing card. All right, that surprise shopping trip has actually done more damage this game than any of the hero cards. That's cool. Filter Spy is going after the heroes. Raiding party brings back Mabel. You're just doing everything you can to keep Mabel in play. Everything you can. All she's ever played is Mabel or Raiding Party. All right. Well, I don't want to lose a Rocket Punch, so my fixed point shenanigan is gone. Um. Increase damage dealt by that target this turn by 1. Can we utilize that? Not really. That's how it always goes. They always do that. Tabletop or digital. She does that. It's the worst. Hey, Sean Skyblade. How are you doing? From the brink. I don't think it's going to do that much. It will provide Omnitron X with a heal. All right. I don't know that I'll be able to keep cards in play at all, but let's just get Electro Deployment out. We have to Rocket Punch again. The Mabel that Kapitan keeps getting back. I have a great 6 damage I can do for free that keeps going towards Mabel. It's just so amazing how Mabel keeps coming back. Typhoon. Well, this could give Omnitron X something that he could time shift, if it matters. Let's do this one. And, oh, we have a Disruptive Flechettes now. That's good. We have a Defensive Blast, but we don't have a Plating in hand. Want to keep the components, maybe just the Plasma Cannon, because I could play it at the start of my turn if I get if I can keep them in play. Which that's already 4 damage. Okay, so Mabel. I'm not even surprised at this point. She'll just always play Raiding Party. That's just her shtick. Captain's Orders, alright. Something slightly different. And you destroyed a target, so you get to play a card. You get to destroy everything, so our setup is entirely gone. You're worn out. I'm worn out too. I think well, there's a lot of damage happening here. Maybe not necessarily the end of the game, but we did lose our ablative coating, so it's more or less rip. And I think, yeah, we have 2 Captain's Orders. This is it. Nope, never mind. We're at 1 HP. Same situation as same situation that we were last game. No more platings. Disruptive Flechettes, yes. We'll do that. The game can do that sometimes. Yeah, I can. There's still hope. I can play. Well, I know my card's not good. I put a card on top because I was hoping that what happened wouldn't happen. I think I put this on top. That's not going to do anything for me. Let's play a Time Cataclysm card. And Omnitron X is far from being the highest, so we can leave the Giant Mutated Specimen out. And we can do that again. Actually, no, that was what I had. That was the Defensive Blast. Okay, well, doesn't really do anything either. Let's Time Shift Time Cataclysm. At the start of the environment turn, deal each target 4 melee damage and destroy all hero ongoing cards. Well, that would do a lot of damage. It would take out the Peast and Chip. It would not take out Mabel, because Mabel is immune to melee. It put Omnitron X down to 1. But we have no ongoings. So I'm kind of inclined to just be like, whatever, do it. I could also destroy it anyway, but yeah, I don't like Typhoon. Let's get rid of Typhoon. But now Crushing Hallway is doing more damage than the heroes have ever done in this game. It's just how it goes. Oppressive Smog to reduce HP recovery. Charging Triceratops to hit the second lowest. Damage. Yeah, discard your hand. So that it makes it easier to clean up when this game is over. So that was the challenge rule that triggered, which is why Chip entered play. And Raiding Party. Well, it doesn't matter because Mabel was already in play, but Lapiste is back. Oh my gosh. I've seen so many raiding parties. I don't even know what other cards she has. Oh, I'm also dropping frames. Actually, I've probably been dropping frames for a while. Looks like my connection just went bad out of nowhere. Sorry, I muted myself, I guess. Don't know when that happened. I am not muted right now. No, alright. I think it's because I started typing. All right, so yeah, so for the people on YouTube who are watching this, because the video, the local recording is preserved, even though the upload is pretty crap right now, we will end the stream here, end the video here. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the challenge misinformation victory that was rather straightforward, followed by the challenge Kismet victory that was rather straightforward, and then the two challenge Capitan defeats that were rather straightforward. Well, that's how it goes. And it was pretty funny to see all of the Mabel's returns and all that. But in any case, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this stream. As you can see probably in the chat down there, I'll be back to Challenge Capitan in 3 weeks, and that is because of how I do this stream. Next week is going to be an Aeon's End and One Deck Dungeon stream, so we'll be doing an Aeon's End game and a One Deck Dungeon game. And so that will happen next week, and then the week after that would be February 5th. Yes, and that's the first week of February, and what I do on the first week of a month is play Oblivion. So 2 weeks from now will be an Oblivion game, and you can check that out and see whether I win or lose. We've been on a winning streak with Oblivion lately, but things can always change. And then February 12th, the week after that, would be the Sentinels week, and that will be the return to the challenge. But we are now in the Shattered Timelines block, so we'll be fighting, we'll probably pick up with Capitan again to try to get our vengeance. And then there's still Iron Legacy and Trickster Kismet, and what's the third one? I'm spacing right now on which one that was. Whoever it is, we'll fight it. Maybe not that week, but coming up. If you are unfamiliar with this channel or user, or Sentinels, or Life, Handelabra has released many products. You can check out their products. They have Sentinels Digital, Sentinels Multiverse Digital. They have Bottom of the Ninth Digital. They have One Deck Dungeon Digital. They have Aeon's End Digital. And they're working on Spirit Island Digital, and that will hopefully be released this year. So you can check that out when it does come out. And yeah, those are fun and exciting things. If you are very familiar with the games, but hoping to get more and exciting streamers like myself to partake in streaming on this channel or whatever, we have streams on this channel. Every Tuesday is Jeremy and John, sometimes Jeremy, always John, with some Handelabra products to demo and show content before it is publicly available. Every Thursday we have Dolphins Dive, the strategically minded stream where you can come check out how some people discuss strategy or work on strategy, or what works in the game or what doesn't work, or just sometimes still be left to the RNG gods. Every Saturday is On Deck with Pirate Savvy and Dover, a brother-sister duo that have some fun together. And every Sunday is Tales from the Archive with another letdown for some storytelling Sentinels, and it's a pretty fun stream. Either of those streams are pretty fun for sure. Be sure to check them both out. And yeah, we have dropped 4.5% of our frames, and 19,000 is the count we're up to now. It is ridiculous. But the Lunar New Year sale has begun. Now through January 27th, you can snag all sorts of amazing deals on your fave Handelabra Games titles. Get Aeon's End 25% off, One Deck Dungeon for $2, discounts on Sentinels expansions, and more. Be sure to check them out if you have not gotten all of the content on all of the games, because all of these games are really fun, especially with their expansions, and it's certainly a good time to get them when they're discounted prices. All right, so thanks for watching, YouTube. I already said thanks for watching to the Twitch chat while they're dealing with the drop frames, and I'll just go put the Kapitan music back up for some, fun, and thanks for watching.